What's up, cereal bowls? It's your favorite crazy cereal, InsaneAppleJackz, here once again with the Atomic Game Squad. How are you all doing? Because I'm doing super duper chill. Hopefully you are all doing well as well, because today we're back here for another video. And today's video is a rant. Today's rant, we're actually going to sit up here and talk about debt, debit. No, not debit. Gosh, debt. Like the thing that you get into. Oh no, not that. We don't want any of that. No. So for most of you, you're probably like, debt? What debt? I don't have that. I have cash money of the flowing variety. I have champagne just flying out of the bottle in my private jet. Yes, I am so relatable. Look at me and my hashtag goals. Life goals, hashtag monocles, top hats, put it on, all this goodness, doodly doo, get the rich game on, and all this goodness. But, you know, in a more realistic perspective, we've all probably sat up here and at least at one point been in some type of debt. Whether it's a debt to a friend, a debt to an organization, or just a random universe debt. You know, a karma debt, some would say, where the planets are out of line because you haven't done something that you should. But in all honesty, I'm talking about paper money, cash trails, debt. Like, oh my god, debt is one of those things where you just simply do not want to end up in it. And I've learned that from playing a lot of Monopoly. You guys would doubt the power of Monopoly, but Monopoly has taught me well. You don't just sit up here and throw your cash at every railroad track that you come across. You save it for the big bucks. You save it for the boardwalk. You gotta save it for the boardwalk. They never land on boardwalk, but it's always pretty when they do. But the reason why debt is such a troubling issue, I mean, really, when you consider all the statistics in the world, like, well, period, just looking at America, because I talk about here since I live here. When you consider how many people are in debt for one reason or another, and how much debt we actually accumulate as a nation, you really begin to think like, whoa, man. But then you realize on a smaller scale how much debt we are in as individuals, because once you're in debt, it's one of those things that's really just hard to get out of, because debt is a never-ending process. It's always accumulating. Once you're in debt, it's very hard to crawl out of unless you're super, and I mean super, like, disciplined when it comes to your cash load. Like, debt is one of those things where if you have debt, there is debt for the debt that you have with your debt. You have more debt with your debt than you've ever had with any debt that you will ever have, because that debt has been included into that original debt. Like, the reason why so many people out here aren't millionaires and bajillionaires and cajillion zillionaires out here flying with their private jets and top hat monocle kitty cat capes is because the simple fact that we're all out here in debt, bruh. And essentially, at a certain point, when you get into debt, it's like, hello, you don't make any sense, because you can start out with debt and you could be $20 in the hole, and next thing you know, they're charging you $20 more just for being $20 in the original place, and your first thought is, hello, sir? Bro, if I had $20 in the first place, don't you think I would have paid you the $20? What makes you think I have an additional $20 to put on for being $20 in debt? Like, who are you, Sway? Like, how dare you ask me for additional money for already being in debt? People make it hard for you to pay them back, and it's one of those exponential crises. You're like, exponential crises. Where it's like, well, I'll pay you back when I can. And people play like it's cool, but then they have these underground 15% overdraft to the 800 and something % overdraft fee. What I'm trying to say here, kids, is if you can avoid it, please avoid debt, because at a certain point you get to a debt where you can't take it out. Like, you just can't get out of it. I mean, college and schooling and maybe credit cards would be the most prime examples that plague our nation at this point, because with as expensive as college is, just to get an education, something that's been free for most of us for years, it's just like, oh my god, I just got sideswiped with so much debt, and I'm new into this world with no reliable income or job to sit up here and pay off a full-time working person's salary every year just to attend some classes so I may gain a full-time working person's salary per year after a school, possibly, maybe. Like, that is one of those things where it's like, you're so obscure because you really want me to sit up here and put this much money towards something, but it's all to earn so much money for this. It's a requirement in its own because it makes money for the corporations that it works for, but at the same time, it destroys its population. Like, when you think about debt, it's counterproductive. If you have more money to spend for something, then you put more money into something. But rather, they ask you to put money into something, you don't have the money. So then they charge you more money for the something that you didn't have more money for in the first place. And the counterproductive reality is people actually pay it. And I know you have to pay your debts, like, Don't get me wrong. Don't just sit up here and go take loans from people like your friends and stuff and not pay them back. Like, that's wrong, bro. But like, really, it's the things that you let these companies get away with, and it's the things that they're allowed to get away with that just dumbfounds me about debt. It's like, oh my god, please. Every time I see one of those little credit card things sent in the mail, I have this moment where it's like a mini panic heart attack where it's like, oh no, please don't be activated. I don't want it. I don't want it. I want all the cool stuff you can sit up here and buy, but I don't want the price tag that comes with the... Woo, stay away from me. But pretty much that's been my 2 cents on debt, and that's all I can really say about it. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this, but I'm going to send you over to the end of the box. And we are back at the end of the box where we just sat up here and finished another super duper amazing video. Big thumbs up to everybody that watched this video, and super duper big thumbs up to everybody that watched this video all the way through. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, be sure to give me a thumbs down. As always, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll sit up here and reply to you as soon as possible. If you guys haven't already checked them out, what social medias I have will be described on the side, and the links will all be down in the description below, and you can check all that goodness out. But yeah, that's all I gotta say for this one. So munch, peace out, and that's a wrap.